If that's your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers. Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did...
She'll make it right. She always does.
We have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Miss Burnwood.
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlisle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlisle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlisle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlisle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlisle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlisle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
This is a private area, sir.
Phineas Whitman, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle. Please wait.
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Mr. Whitmer, thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
Please do.
I know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen a place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. This is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside.
Sir, I just need to check. That's a bit excessive, I think, considering the fact that I spotted no less than 2 routes to get inside the house unseen.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
What was that noise? Eh? What's that?
Heard that cracking sound. I am now free to proceed with force. Hands behind you. Hands over your head. I'm telling you, don't let him get away!
Please
Thornbridge Manor.
This is a private area, sir.
Phineas Whitman, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle.
Man.
What?
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you
Phineas
should do
Whitmer,
some detecting
private
yourself,
investigator.
47.
I have an appointment with Madame Carlyle.
Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is...
A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlyle has arrived at Thornbridge Manor. If you take his place, it may be an opportunity to get close to Madame Carlyle.
to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
Did you hear that? Go see what's going on. Rightio.
Yes, you are...
No, stop that! Have you lost it? You could kill someone like that! Some bad shit is going down. You need to do something.
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brothers...
This is a private area, sir.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame...
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm
Okay, I
curious
hear you.
why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Oh, yeah.
Stay down, people. Let me handle this.
Thank you. Sir.
Son of a bitch is targeting civilians! Down! Man down!
Right over there! Right there!
Thornbridge Manor, the Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her...
Jesus Christ! Someone help me deal with this arsehole! Last sight of suspect. Any with him?
Over. Someone is causing a public commotion.
Location check. Suspect's not here.
Command? Anybody there? Come in!
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself,
Do what
47.
we're made of! Point in the right direction and I'll kill anything in my way.
Central, foliage seems fine. Moving
A
on.
famous private investigator...
Over.
Search formations. Spread out. Acknowledge.
Got him! Right there! Drop the body! You! Hands up!
Hey, you! Stop! Hold it right there. Don't move. Put your hands up.
See Madame Carlyle inside. Oh, I could just cry.
Sir, I just need to check.
That's a bit excessive. Okay. Considering the fact I thought it's no less than 2 routes to get inside the house. Unseen.
We know what we're doing, sir. Don't worry about that.
Hey? Don't you dare!
Hey! Stop knocking people out! Someone! Help! Help!
Hey, what seems to be the trouble?
There's an absolute madman knocking people out left and right.
Do we have an ID on the suspect?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
Now let us do our thing. Listen up. We got a situation here.
No!
Got it. Reading you 5 by 5 days. A violent person running amok. As I say, understand? Good.
Yes, yes.
That is Alexa Carlyle, unofficial leader of the Provenance Partners, and last one to be alive.
Kilo Lima, bring the principal to safety.
Yes.
You'll have to calm down and tell me what's happening.
Get that bird shit off the front screen of my car then.
I did, sir.
You sure about that? Maybe go make abs...
gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. I need to stop thinking about Emma all the time. Makes me so angry.
What is it?
She turned up and demanded to be put up in Madame Carlyle's bedroom. Weird that you head to the family office.
Mary is so upset, as she's never seen a dead body before.
Alexa, back to the dead.
Talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Of course.
But how the hell did that happen? No, we all signed it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Right, listen. You go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got.
Yo, Anne, what's up? Relax, man. I said I'd get you money. It's just gonna take a little longer. Jeez, and how's that my fault? Calm the fuck down, Anne. You know I'm good for it. I'm a Carlisle. I'm made of money. Lean back and enjoy it. Meanwhile, no, Christ, I'm gonna hang up. Let's talk when you calm the fuck down.
If you only knew what we face.
Looking good today, sir.
I wonder what you would do. Close the gates and wait it out.
Aaron Ford.
Oh, Zachary. At least you never got to learn that the horrible thing we did was for nothing. To protect the Carlisle legacy, what bollocks. It's all gone, I fear. That bloody operator, how did I not see it? I doubt our big brother could have botched it up any worse than I have, even if he'd tried.
The dead body of Zachary Carlisle, Alexa's little brother. I wonder what happened to him, 47.
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
Have you ever fallen in love?
Hey,
Sorry,
son.
but I think I...
No,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Ah,
Please
you
stay
must
back.
be Mr. Whitmer. Madam Carlyle has asked me to be of assistance to you. I trust you've had a good look around. Are you ready to see the crime scene now?
I am.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir. I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madam Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that the stage... funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madam's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madam Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madam Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madam Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you. Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first? That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
One guest will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time.
Fine funeral tomorrow.
you what Emma did when she arrived?
What is it now?
Elaine says she saw her on the top floor, stroking the door to Alexa's office. I kid you not.
And her son Patrick is just as bad. Just look at Rosie. He has no respect. Preying on the girls like that.
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate. But like I say with that, you can never miss a good...
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to. Oh, hi, Martin. Rebecca here. I need you to dig up the contract we have with the law firm Morgan, Yates & Co. No, I think they revoked the unanimous vote on prolonging the lease for the New York branch. I know they can't do that. That's why I need the contract. In Sydney? Why wasn't I told? I'll get right on it. Do you have his number?
Patrick Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom. closer.
We will persevere. It is my duty to make that happen. My dear brother, finally in peace. How I regret that we made. How I wish I had acted on my own. The guilt over the life we took is what presses me forward. Oh. Always makes me want to make it worth the horror.
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
Stringing all the girls along like that anyway. What? Great. I don't want.
Those eyes.
If you want to check on the undertaker in charge of the funeral, I got word he's upset with that.
is the door to Rebecca's room. I can see from the log that Rebecca was in a conference call from 9 p.m. to midnight last night.
Well, I don't feel too good. About that promotion I thought might be coming my way. Yeah, well, don't count on it. This is a shit assignment. No, I didn't expect this. Yates didn't even warn me, and now he doesn't return my calls. I just wish I was home. I love you too. Bye.
Portrait photographer check out. You verified his identity?
I did, sir. It all checked out.
Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. plot thickens. A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
Gregory, something's off. Pruitt got word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody thing 4 days ago.
Oh, dear God, not this again.
So I got hold of the officer. He says it was finalized, but then how can it be withdrawn?
Just wait a few days. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
Gregory, don't say more to that weird detective than you need to.
I was just having a laugh, dear. Must admit, he's pretty good.
What if he believes we had something to do with Zachary's death?
Oh, please.
He's circling us. I don't see him snooping around your sister. I bet Alexa said something.
If I could be bothered, I'd be worried about
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
No, I will have to...
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake. Somebody should document this historic moment. Mother apologizing for a major cock-up. Both firsts, I believe.
In my own time, Gregory. I'll wait till everybody is here. Right, let's get started. I want to keep this short. I know you have a lot of questions. Some I will answer now. The rest will have to wait. First, Zachary's sudden death is a great tragedy, but also a great inconvenience, as it happened just now. I'm dealing with the situation in a discreet and efficient way. and I expect your cooperation in all related matters. Secondly, the arranged funeral event tomorrow will take place as planned. No one can know that I am still alive. I expect you all to act your part. Last, as you all know, I have a lot on my plate and need to focus on sorting everything out, so please do not disturb me with your petty concerns. You are all adults, and as part of the elite, you will eventually have to deal with difficult situations like this. It comes late for most of you, but this is a chance for you to show what you are made of. That will be all.
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual.
Old bag's got
He
style.
wanted to know about my connections in the
Look what you're
publishing
made of.
Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book.
This is your chance.
Which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
I have to finish that.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have...
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Yes, I suppose you'll need a new name for your afterlife. How about Rosamund Rich? Or Belinda Brave?
I don't know how to handle this whole situation. I don't think I can, Ricky. I can't be myself. My eyes are not... My legs are really withered. I need you, Cassie. I'm sorry. I know. I'll hang up. Not supposed to do this.
I shouldn't have got it. But that Emma woman is a tad too busy for my taste.
Tell me.
She scolded Mary for not making the bed the way she prefers it. It's so unfair. She'd just discovered Zachary's dead body and was all shook up. I tried to tell Emma, and do you know what she said?
She said things will change around here. I can promise.
How are things
that.
coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
No, Mr. Fernsby. Good. It's just that dreadful woman, Emma. She's threatened half the staff and things will have to change.
Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere. I never thought of it that way. Oh, God. It's such a big responsibility having a baby. I have to protect him.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Just keep calm.
Hey, how you doing?
Huh?
Any updates, Fernsby?
Everything is as expected.
That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
That American lawyer in the small office, did you check his travel documents?
Everything's in order.
Okay.
Greetings, sir.
You look tanned. I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on. It affects me too, you know.
Hello, Janice. Rebecca Carlyle. I'm looking into some unauthorized...
Hello there, sir.
Ah, my perfect mother. Ha! Who would have thought? You fucked up, didn't you? Staging your own death? A major, grandiose cock-up, I'd say.
Be quiet, Gregory.
It shows you're only human, after all. I never would have guessed.
How are you?
On top of everything, Rosie thinks she's in love with young Patrick. I mean, that's a breaking heart happening if I ever thought one.
Oh, by the way, I told Kate about this crisis.
Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but she just thanked me for trying to keep the position I was in. We don't really talk about it.
The 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now. I know I have to, but...
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
I stop thinking about Emma all the time, but she just makes me so angry.
What is it?
She turned up and demanded to be put up in
As long as the
Madame
birds don't make
Carlyle's
too much of a
section.
mess.
We're the new heads of the family after all. It is only fitting.
She said.
worried about his reputation if it gets out.
Yes, I expected as much.
Did all the groceries arrive? I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate. But what is safe with Ethel? She never misses a step. Gossiping and work both.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Edward?
Firstly, thank you. No, I'm afraid not.
Some fresh air may do you good.
It might, but I need to finish Mother's eulogy for tomorrow. She doesn't think I can do it, does she? Did she say anything to you?
Mr. Edward, your mother has very high standards. I'm under the impression they are rarely met by anyone but herself.
Oh, God. She expects me to fail.
Tomorrow will soon be over, and then you can put all this behind you. I'm sure you'll do splendidly. Just wait and see.
I don't know. I hope so.
That's all.
No need to panic. Sir? Sorry, sir, can't let you through here. Not happening.